Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And here we go again. Just found out some shocking news only half an hour ago that the work permit renewal process, which I thought was going to be straightforward like it has been for the past 2 times that I've renewed this work permit, but no, the process has been changed, updated, which along with that means a lot more hoops to jump through, which I'm not particularly excited about. If you've seen some of the videos I've made previously, not that long ago, I was talking about how it was my plan coming to Pattaya for a few months, however long it may be, to post my work permit in the post as well as a medical certificate, have the agent do it for me. I arrived here, time to do the 90-day report. The 90-day report online feature didn't work, and because of that, I need to do my 90-day report. I can't go all the way back to Chiang Mai just to do that. So I had to go and update the address at immigration in Pattaya, which means that I have to then go back to Chiang Mai, update the address and then apply for the work permit. This I'd already come to terms with, I've already accepted as being something that was going to happen. Fine, okay, I'm good. But I called my agent yesterday, said work permit expires January 17th next year. How much is it? I already knew that, but the formality type of question that you normally ask. And, what documentation do I need? Okay, I've got all that, that's fine. But then they said, well, it's a bit up in the air at the moment because they're changing the way work permits are done. You need to apply online now by an e-work permit, and because of that, you need to come into the office and do things that you didn't need to do last time. And to make it even worse, you're going to need to go to the Labour Department to pick up this new version of the work permit because it's not as it always has been. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go again. Just when I came to terms with the fact that I've got to do this, now I've got to do this as well. And I'd already understood that, yes, I need to make that journey back to Chiang Mai for the work permit. It's important, I need to keep it up to date, okay. But now it's just more hoops to jump through. And this is one of the things I wanted to share on the channel here, what I'm talking about for the past videos, that this is difficult because I've already got limited time available to me. And granted, you might say you're making this video, but this is what I do, and this channel is where I enjoy myself and talk about things, interact with guys in the comments. It's fun, I enjoy doing it. So doing something you enjoy is different than doing something that fills you with a sense of dread every time you have to go to a government office in Thailand, and you've got to behave just, more like a robot than a person, and just, be good, do what you're told, keep in line, bend over, that type of stuff. So, yeah, now this has happened. It's just one of many things. But I think lots of people misconstrued what I was saying before about, not being welcome in Thailand, and changed my mind about Thailand and the problem of having to go and, update your ID verification at the phone shop because this has changed. Many people misconstrued that as me struggling and complaining, and while you could call it a complaint, it's more of a highlighting some of the nuances that go along with living in Thailand that nobody else seems to be talking about. There is one great channel that talks about some of the problems. You probably know who he is, guy from Ireland. I find his channel to be really entertaining. And the people who don't seem to like his channel, I don't understand, because many of the things he says, which might be a bit tongue-in-cheek, it might be to ruffle a few feathers or whatever, is a great channel, a really, really great guy. Yet, things that he's actually talking about, the things he's actually saying, is not wrong. But aside from that, I don't know of anybody talking about, the pitfalls and the negatives that go along with living in Thailand for someone who has commitments in the country that mean that you can't just up sticks and leave and go somewhere else, which is probably what I would do if I could. I'm not having a bad time of things in Thailand. I'm enjoying being here. I'm pretty happy. But I have come to the decision that I want to move somewhere where you have a sense of security. That's basically it. You don't have a sense of security in Thailand. You never will. And I don't want to be, in essence, stateless, although that's incorrect, but kind of, that's how you feel. You don't have connections to where you're from anymore, yet you don't have security in Thailand. And this work permit is just one other roadblock in the way of being able to live a normal life in Thailand. Granted, it's going to be for 2 years. I can get a 2-year work permit, so that's okay. And if you need to get a medical certificate, yet the things that they check for are things that you don't, really like old school type of stuff, like elephantitis, and I'm okay. So that's just a procedure that you've got to go through. A little bit more difficult than the procedure when you get your medical certificate for your driver's license. But it's basically a non-issue. Just a couple of hours wasted, that's how you have to think about it. You need this, okay, go and spend a couple of hours getting it. I will, fine. Yet, from what was meant to be, if you could have security in Thailand, and this is the point I wanted to get to here. You can't have security because when I came from Chiang Mai to Pattaya, I was 100% sure I knew exactly what was going to happen. I was secure in the knowledge that when it came time to do my 90-day report, it would work online. It didn't. I was secure in the knowledge that I could post my work permit off because renewals, you don't need to go to the office. But now you do because they've changed it. So because there are these things happening and changing all the time, you can't plan accordingly. You can't know exactly what to do at particular times of the year because there's a block of a few months where, well, I've got to do my visa in July. July, whatever day of the month it might be. I can't remember because I don't have the passport in front of me. But before then, 30 days before then, you've got to actually apply within that 30-day window. So that's a moment in time there when you have to be available to do that. And then you need to go and pick the passport up, and while the agent can do that for you, you still need to be there to get it. And while if you wanted to leave the country, well, it's under the process, you could get a re-entry permit and do that. But what happens if something happens and you physically can't be in the country when you need to actually be in the country to do the visa? It's tough luck. And it's little bit things like that which I struggle with in Thailand, because there doesn't seem to be any exceptions made for anybody under any circumstances. There doesn't seem to be any compassion for anybody. It's either you meet the rules or you don't. You've been here for 50 years, we don't care. And that's basically the purpose of making videos like this, to tell people, if you want to live on an extension of stay with a work permit in Thailand, perhaps you work for your own company and you've got Thai staff to be able to do that, you think it's going to be plain sailing, you think you're going to be able to do it, then you need to leave. Well, I need to be out of the country for 3 months. That's when my visa renewal is done. Oh, can I renew it early? No. Can I renew my work permit early? No. Can I do this? No. If you can't be in the country when it's up for renewal, you've lost it. And there's no two ways about that. And it's this rigid approach to things in Thailand, which I don't believe fits in with the modern world. Yet Thailand wants the benefit of the modern world, yet they don't want to put their processes in place to be able to make it compatible to people who, okay, I've got an extension of the stay. I can't be in Thailand during this very fine window. So I don't want to lose this extension of stay because I've had it for 10 years and I've had my work permit. I'm eligible for residence if I wanted to apply. But if I go here, it's lost. All that time's lost. And this change to the work permit situation is just yet another thing to add to a list of difficulties that you have to go through living in Thailand with a connection to the country, where people who come without a connection with an elite visa, as I've said, or a DTV, you don't have to jump through as many hoops, but you're not even getting to a position where permanence could be a possibility. So yeah, there's always something exciting happening in Thailand, always something that makes you have to change your plans, take time out of the day to do things that once were one way have changed to be worse, because nothing ever changes for the better. And this was just yet one more, so I thought it was worth a video in and of itself. And I do plan, anytime something comes up that has changed to how it was before, to make videos about that. So in the space of a week, we've got work permit changes. Okay, I've got to change that. And I need to prove my ID at the phone shop. So that's 2 things in a week. 2 things in a week that have happened that takes you away from what you should be doing. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Cheers, and catch you in the comments. Cheers, see you.